Hello again, everyone, it's Alex. Now, this is another short warm-up game that is suitable for all my groups, and I think I've played it all with them at one point or another, though I always forget the name, so you might know it under a different name. It's called Wizards, Ogres and Knights. Now, this is usually a teamwork game, because it only really works if you're in a team. So if you've got friends or family at home at the moment, or brothers and sisters, try using them as a team to compete against me, and remember you all have to be doing the same thing. So there are 3 characters that you need to know for this game, each of them with something that they say and a gesture. So I will teach them to you now. So the first characters are the wizards, and they do this with their arms because they're casting a spell, and while they're doing that with their arms they go abracadabra in their best wizardy voice. So the wizards go abracadabra. Now, the next characters are the ogres, and because they're big, greedy giants, they stick their bellies out, they rub their bellies in the most disgusting, greedy way, and in your lowest, growliest voice, like all good storybook ogres, they go fee, fi, fo, fum. So we've got the wizards who go abracadabra, and we've got the ogres who go fee, fi, fo, fum. Now the third and final characters in this version of the game are the knights, and they have a sword that goes like this, so they have their sword in this hand and they have one arm up like that, which is what you do in fencing, and in their poshest, bravest voice they go en garde. So the knights go en garde. So we've got knights who go en garde, we've got ogres who go fee, fi, fo, fum, and we've got wizards who go abracadabra. Now, the point of this is that you have to choose one of these very quickly to be, and no cheating, because otherwise I'll know. So what's going to happen is I'm going to play one team, and you and whoever you've got with you, mums, dads, brothers, sisters, grannies, aunties, friends who are quarantining with you, can play on the other side. And what we'll do is we'll have a start line, and then I'll count to 3, and after the count of 3, we have to do our characters. Now, what is very important to remember for this game is who beats who. So, wizards beat ogres. They cast a spell on them. Wizards beat ogres. Ogres beat knights, because they just eat them. So, ogres beat knights. And knights beat wizards, because they chop their heads off with their swords before the wizards can finish casting the spell. It's a bit gruesome. So, wizards beat ogres. Ogres beat knights. Knights beat wizards. Okay, so take a moment to think about those and all the characters involved, and then we'll play a few rounds of this. So we'll go to the starting line, I'll count to 3, and then we each have to do our gesture and our voice. Oh, and of course, if 2 teams, if you and I do the same character, then we have to stomp back to our starting line, going mutter, 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 under our breath. So, see if you can beat me, and I'm not going to give you too much time to think about this, because this is a game about being spontaneous. And do make sure, if you're playing in a team at that end, that you all do the same thing together. You have to very quickly decide what you're going to do. So, we've got wizards, remember, that go abracadabra. We've got ogres that go fee, fi, fo, fum. We've got knights that go en garde. And wizards beat ogres. Ogres beat knights. Knights beat wizards. And I'll count to 3, and then we do our thing. Okay, so get to your starting line if you're in your team. And here we go. We'll make it best of 10. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra! Did you win? Okay, back again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra! Oh. Back to starting line. And 1, 2, 3, en garde! And 1, 2, 3, fee, fi, fo, fum. A couple more. 1, 2, 3, en garde! And, ready? 1, 2, 3, abracadabra! And back again, nice and quick. And 1, 2, 3, en garde! Back again. 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 4, 5. Back again. And 1, 2, 3. En garde! 2 more goes. Probably more than 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3. En garde! And 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 4, 5. Brilliant. So, did you win or did I beat you? I would love to know. You can put your score in the comments below if you want. Now, the really good thing about this game is that you can change it up. So you can create whatever version you want. So if you're bored of Wizards, Ogres and Knights, you can play a version that's called Gruffalo, Stickman, Superworm. Now, this is a bit more complicated. So in this game, Gruffalo beats Stickman, Stickman beats Superworm, and Superworm beats the Gruffalo. I guess the logic behind this is that the Gruffalo treads on Stickman because he's so small. Stickman is bigger than Superworm, but Superworm is a Superworm, so he beats the Gruffalo. So Gruffalo beats Stickman, Stickman beats Superworm, Superworm beats Gruffalo. So, now we've got to come up with those 3 characters. So, obviously, the Gruffalo, you step forward for 3, 1, 2, 3, and then become the Gruffalo, who's big and strong like this. And he says, "My favourite food," the Gruffalo said, "you'll taste good on a slice of bread." So that's the Gruffalo. So you'd count 3, 1, 2, 3. "My favourite food," the Gruffalo said, "you'll taste good on a slice of bread." That's the Gruffalo. Now, the next character is Stickman. So, you count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you become Stickman, who's all rigid and sticky because he's a stick. And he says, "I'm not a twig, why can't they see? I'm Stickman, 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 that's me." Okay, so you count to 3, you've got 1, 2, 3. "I'm not a stick, why can't they see? I'm Stickman, 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 that's me." And the last character you've got is Superworm. So Superworm steps forward on 3, 1, 2, 3, and Superworm is all wiggly because he's a worm, and he says, "Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm." So you step forward for 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you've got, "Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm." So those are the 3 characters. Gruffalo, "My favourite food," the Gruffalo said, "you'll taste good on a slice of bread." Stickman, "I'm not a twig, why can't they see? I'm Stickman, 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 that's me." And Superworm, "Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm." And remember, in this version, Gruffalo beats Stickman, Stickman beats Superworm, Superworm beats Gruffalo. Okay? So, I think you probably got that, so let's play a few rounds of that. Obviously this is a bit more complicated because you've got to remember the lines, they say. So pause the video and take a minute to remember those. And remember, if you're playing in a team with any brothers or sisters or mums or dads or aunts or grannies or dogs even, you all have to be doing the same thing, otherwise I win. Okay, so pause the video and take a moment to remember all of that, and then we'll play a few rounds. Okay, brilliant. Let's start here, and I'll count to 3, and we'll make this best of 10 again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. "I'm not a twig, why can't they see? I'm Stickman, 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 that's me." Back to your starting line. And 1, 2, 3. "My favourite food," the Gruffalo said, "you'll taste good on a slice of bread." Back to your starting line. And 1, 2, 3. "I'm not a twig, why can't they see? I'm Stickman, 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 that's me." Back to your starting line. And ready? 1, 2, 3. "Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm." And back to your starting line. And 1, 2, 3. "Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm." Back to your starting line. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm! And back to your starting line. Ready? 1, 2, 3. My favourite food, the Gruffalo said. You'll taste good on a slice of bread. And back to your starting line. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Watch me wiggle, watch me squirm, hip hip hooray for Superworm! And one more, back to your starting line. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. I'm not a twig, why can't they see? I'm Stickman, 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 that's me! Brilliant! Did you win against me that time? I don't believe you. So, of course, if you're also bored of Gruffalos, Stickmen and Superworms, you can change it up again. So this is a version I came up for some friends of mine who are really into Harry Potter. So this has 3 characters again, and you've got to do the words, and you've got to do the accent, and you've got to do the gestures. So first of all, you have Hagrid, and Hagrid stands like this, with his hands on his belly, and he says, "Oh, Harry." And he does it in what you would call a Mummerset accent. Now, a Mummerset accent is kind of a spoof accent that people in Cornwall or Devon would have, so it's sort of a country bumpkin accent. So he goes, "Oh, Harry." Now, the next one is McGonagall, Professor McGonagall, and she says, "Mr. Potter." And she does it in her best Edinburgh Morningside accent, and she has her hands on her hips. So she goes, "Mr. Potter." So you've got Hagrid, who goes, "Oh, Harry." You've got McGonagall, who goes, "Mr. Potter." And the final one is Snape. And he folds his arms, and he says in his best Alan Rickman voice, through his nose, a very posh accent, "Harry Potter." So you've got Hagrid, who goes, "Oh, Harry." You've got McGonagall, who goes, "Mr. Potter." And you've got Snape, who goes, "Harry Potter." So that's the Harry Potter version, so the principle is exactly the same. So if you don't want to play either of the other versions, you can try playing that one, and I'll let you pick someone in your house to play that against, and let me know how you get on, and maybe I'll record another one of these with some different versions of this. But I hope you've enjoyed those ones for the moment, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.